we have the review of the perfect grade, perfect strike. So let's get some things cleared up. I've built the 7 sword, which was a perfect grade that came out in 2019, and now I finished this one, the perfect strike, which is the one that came out this year in 2020. And I can tell you without a doubt, this really is a perfect Gunpla. It was so easy to put together. The joints are standard. It's nothing special like they try to do with the 7 sword. Honestly, the actual Gundam itself maybe took me 2 days to put together. It took me longer to do the individual weapon systems, but it was a joy. I can equate this perfect grade, at least the Gundam itself, to building an easy master grade, like the Death Scythe Hell. You know, just snap, 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 snap. You get it all together, panel line it really quick, and this is the final result. And it is a gorgeous looking Gundam. It is super imposing. It just has like this aura about it that you don't want to mess with it, especially when it's fully loaded. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the different forms, and then we'll see how it looks fully loaded. So here we have the Strike Gundam in its, I'll call it naked or basic form, and it's just a clean design. It looks really good. Again, I have no complaints. All the joints are compliant, you know, nothing wonky or weird like the 7 sword, and it's just pretty to look at, honestly. On the shield, I touched up some parts. I touched on some parts on the back, some silver and gold here and there. The V-fin, the gold part of the V-fin, I did that because that normally just comes in yellow. A couple things to note, and this might be a thing with perfect grades in general, but the hands that have the articulating fingers, they just suck. They can't hold anything. So you'll see later in the video I switched out the hands to the closed fist ones, because it just looks better, and it can actually, I mean, here you can see he's barely holding the rifle, and the shield is actually on a peg that's mounted in the elbow area, so kind of sucks. And then the whole light that Bandai supplied with this was terrible. You have to build it, okay? And then on top of that, it uses a different battery than all their other lights or any other LED light that you can buy that's already pre-made for a Gunpla. And mine doesn't work. I have to turn it on and press down on it, put pressure on it for it to come on. And I couldn't, the area where it goes in the head is too tight. Cause I tried putting something in there to give it pressure so the light would be on, and it wouldn't work. So a couple downsides, but nothing too bad. Nothing that would break or that would change my mind or make me feel like I regret this purchase, because I don't. So here's the first pack, and this is the Ale Strike Gundam. So basically what this pack does is it makes the strike freaking fast. And yeah, it just kicks ass all over the battlefield. But believe it or not, that backpack is not heavy. The parts are big but mostly hollow, so it actually doesn't pull the Gunpla back like some other heavy backpacks do, which is interesting for the amount of, not only the size of it, but the amount of things that are on it. Because you have the wings, you have the battery packs, which are the white parts in the middle there, you know, and then you have these boosters or engines, whatever you want to call them, that sit below the wings, and the package as a whole is super light. It's when you put everything else on, it gets a little bit heavy, but it all works out in the end. But this just looks cool. It looks like it's ready to go. I'm gonna beat your ass. You know, you can't catch me. It just looks sick. And I gotta give kudos to Bandai, because I think they did this right. And yeah, I mean, again, all these packs is what took me the longest to build. It wasn't the Gundam itself, because there's a lot of parts in these editions. So, but overall, you know, I'm happy with this one. There's a good amount of detail, but it's not overdone, and it just looks good on the strike. So yeah, let's take a look at the next one. So here we have the sword strike, and this is one of my favorite ones. I don't know, there's just something about the shoulder, that left shoulder, that sets me off. You know, it looks like he's ready to just like charge in and like truck someone with that left shoulder, get him off balance, and just swing that giant sword and just bust them up, or use the shield's harpoon thingy. I know that's not what it's called, but come on, give me a break. It does look cool though, and as a former high school football player, I love this. And yeah, the sword is awesome. And what I like mostly is that, again, it doesn't weigh anything. The Perfect Grade 7 sword has those humongous swords. They're too heavy. You can't carry it. The kit comes with its own base just for the sword. Sucks. But this right here, I mean, it doesn't get any more efficient than this. It looks good, it's practical, and you can actually have it on your Gunpla. So I think that's again, great job, Bandai. Hopefully, well, I feel like you did right the wrongs of the 7 sword with the Perfect Strike. You know, so far everything is coming together in a great package, and right now I have nothing bad to say. I love it. All right, let's take a look at the next pack. Here we go. The Launcher Strike Gundam. The word says it all. I mean, look at it. It has a Vulcan cannon. It has a missile pod, and then it has this giant rifle that's called the Agni. It's just it's awesome. I love it. So again, doesn't weigh much. It just doesn't weigh much. And what I like about this pack is the color scheme is completely different than the rest of the Gundam or the other packs, and it kind of doesn't go, but it does at the same time. And then the whole idea behind this pack is that, oh, it's for artillery. And what do you think of when you see this? You think army. You see the green, you think army. You know, unless, you know, you're not thinking about the Green Bay Packers, but you see green, you think army, you think artillery. And this is exactly what it is. And it is very well designed and put together. A lot of detail, and just not overdone. It's not gaudy. You know, there's not a million cannons coming out of the front end of it, or what else can I say? Nothing ridiculous or over the top. You know, again, there was a sense of efficiency, or design, but with efficiency and practicality. Not just throw a million guns on it, make it look cool, and sell it. No, this was very well thought out, and again, it looks really good. So let's go ahead and take a look at the... oh no, that is the last pack. Okay, so I was getting confused with my packs there. Okay, so I do have something negative to say, and it's really a downside, because in the manual they talk about the Sky Grasper, which is the plane, I guess, that would store some of these packs. Unfortunately, it is not included with this kit, which I think it should. If not, it shouldn't even be mentioned in the manual, because you kind of get your hopes up when you see it and then it says sold separately. I don't even know where I could get the perfect grade Sky Grasper, honestly. And then another part that kind of sucks is that there are actually a couple runners that are from the Sky Grasper. So it's like, come on, where's the rest of it? That should have been included with it. But let's see the strike fully loaded, balls to the wall, no prisoners taken, fully loaded. Damn. Here it is, guys, the perfect strike. And unfortunately, in this configuration, it is heavy. I mean, come on, you have everything there. I mean, what do you expect? But at least, you know, the proper base was created for this kit, so it does support it. I have had no issues whatsoever. Now, one thing I will give, well, I give a lot of credits to Bandai for, but one thing they did do that was kind of ingenious is that in order to get everything together, what they did was they took the Ale Strike pack, and then they basically just took the weapons from the other two packs, and you're able to put them in without having to put on those additional backpacks. There's a lot of packs in there, which is pretty good. Again, excuse me, an efficient design. It did reduce weight, because I can't imagine having all that stuff on there. But the one downside to all this and its configuration, as you see it there on its stand, it's almost 2 feet tall from the stand to the top of the sword. It is 23 inches tall. I didn't. It didn't fit on my shelf. I had to put it on my wall unit for my TV because I just didn't have the shelf space for it. But it looks damn good there, I'll tell you that. It looks really good. So I look forward to fixing the light on this so it can look really nice. But to close out this video, I highly recommend, if you're gonna get a perfect grade, this is the one to get. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you for all your support. Peace.